Hey, welcome back to the channel. So like the thing says, I'm wondering if these cars are the same, and I'm gonna say yeah, they are pretty much the same. They pretty much use the same chassis, same drive shafts, drive train, that's all the same. The carrier hubs and A-arms, that's all the same. Links seem to be the same. So my thing is if you have one of these cars, let's say you got an MJX and you break apart on it and you can't find it, like looking all over, you can't find it. Like I found spare parts on it through Amazon for my MJX, but I had to search JETWOOD to find the part, and I noticed that JETWOOD seems to have mostly all the parts for these cars. Hey, take a look right here. This is my MJX 16 scale buggy. I had broke the front carrier hub on it, and when I went to search on Amazon for it, I couldn't find it. So I went realized that my JETWOOD is very similar. Like look like they had the same parts. Like look at the chassis. They are pretty much the same thing. See that? So I decided to search up through JETWOOD, and that's where I found the part for that car. Here's the part right there. I don't know if you can see that. Really close. This is JETWOOD on there. 16230 is the part number, and that fit directly onto my MJX. So MJX is back up and running because of that part. There are some differences, like they're very minor, like with the MJX buggy. This one compared to the JETWOOD, you'll notice that this one has the honeycomb in it. This one doesn't have that, so that's one of the differences. Another difference is, see how it's got these side protectors? This doesn't have that, and it's also got straps for batteries instead of like a battery tray with a snap in. You just take those. Like this one has the snap-in, this one has the snap-in, the other MJX has a snap-in, DEERC. This one doesn't have that. And the snap-in, that's the kind of battery used. This battery fits in every one of these cars. They all have like the same battery. It's this one that comes in these ones. This one's the only one. Round body on that. This MJX is the only one that had a different battery. It had one like a regular conventional LiPo battery in it. See, this is the battery that came with it. It actually came with two of these. They're 2000 milliamp. That's LiPo batteries. That's the only one that goes in that one. That guy. Okay, now my DEERC, I also broke this thing. Broke the back body post. Comes right off, so I couldn't find the part for that. When I searched like under DEERC, couldn't find it. But what happened is, I don't know how I found the part, but it's called JETWOOD right there. That's the part for that car. Found that on Amazon. It comes with two, back and front. See? It's got two sets for that, back and front, two bags in there. So that's good. That's a good thing to see. And I found that on Amazon too. And that's for this back part right there. Screws in right around here. It screws in. They're back there. There's the part. I don't know if it's gonna fit. I haven't checked it yet, but I may do that on this video. Just install it under just to show you that that part will fit. If you ever break that and you just can't find it. Okay, so I got the bodies off. Take a better look inside now. Like they're using the same receiver, you can tell. It's looking at them receivers, those are all the same. They're using the same ESC and motor. That's a 4200 kV motor, B2845, it's what it's called. That's a 45 amp ESC. They're all using the same thing with that. Okay, when it comes to this motor, I can't find it on Amazon, but I did find it on eBay. You gotta type in MJX 2845 and it'll pop up. That motor will pop up in not Amazon, eBay. And the ESC, type in JETWOOD 4200 kV on Amazon and the ESC will pop up if you ever need to find an ESC for one of these cars or anyone similar to them. There's a bunch of them out there that are similar to these cars. The shocks, well, they're all the same. This one's just blue because the body of the car is blue. That's the only thing I could think of, white or blue. Flip them over, pretty much the same chassis on every one of them. Few minor differences. This one I think was maybe an older chassis. It got replaced by these ones. And different bumper on these two, but if you look at the A-arms on back and front on this car, that one's dirty, needs a bath. On the two buggies, the JETWOOD buggy, the MJX buggy, those are all the same A-arms. They use the same carrier hubs. So like I said, man, you're having a hard time finding parts for these cars, look up JETWOOD DRC, whatever, you'll find it somewhere. And those are the transmitters, exact same transmitters. And there is an issue with these transmitters too. They seem to have a lag. Forward seems fine, but once you go into reverse, you gotta, like, there's a about quarter-second lag sometimes where you just doesn't do nothing when you tap reverse, and then all of a sudden it just kicks in. That's the issue. And another thing too is that doesn't matter which transmitter you use with which car. I could turn on this transmitter and it'll power that, turn that car, and it'll bind to that car. If I don't turn that car, it'll bind to this car, and so on. These transmitters, man, they bind to whichever car you want. I'll show you that too. Oh, and here's another difference I noticed too. With this car, the shock towers seem to be different. See how that thing, it looks like it's all just integrated into one where there's no separation. See that? Looks like it's just one big shock tower with the body mounts up top, compared to the DEERC, which doesn't have that. So I haven't been able to find a shock tower for this like that, but I'm gonna say that this shock tower would probably fit in there, because it's, like I said, it's the same chassis. It should fit. These ones don't appear to be anything different on their shock towers in the back. If you look at that, looks the same. That one looks the same. There is something I noticed too on one of these cars. See if I can find it quick. See how this one has them holes right there in the front? That one has it. The DRC doesn't have it. And I don't think this one has it. See, they don't have it. Right there, I do believe, is where the body post would go for the truck version of these cars. So yeah, these shock towers, they go on there too. Same with the ones in the back. That's the only difference I could find, is that one rear shock bar on this MJX truck. What's the name of this truck number? That is the H116BM from HYPER GO. That's the only one that has a different shock tower. Okay, so I got the JETWOOD plugged in right now with a battery. I'm just going to turn on a transmitter. Turn this one on. See how it's blinking? Now turn on my JETWOOD. See if it binds. Hey, it bound right up. See that? And now I'm going to shut this back off. Grab another, shut this transmitter off. Put it over there. Let's grab this one now. Turn that transmitter on. Yeah. Let's turn this car back on. Bound up with a different transmitter. See that? So yeah, these transmitters, they'll bind up with any one of these cars. Shut it back off. Hey, shut off. There. Now the one thing I've wondered too is the way these transmitters are, how they just bind up with anything. I'm wondering if they'd interfere if you tried running like two cars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on two transmitters. And I'm going to see if they bind. If one binds to one car and the other one will bind to another car. So there. Let's turn on the MJX buggy. And it bound to this one. Didn't bind to this one. Let's turn on my JETWOOD. And is it bound to this one? No. Alright, so yeah, you can. I always wondered if that would be able to run them together without interference, and looks like you can. That's pretty awesome. Now I can race these little buggies. I'm gonna have fun with them now. Okay, so I got my DRC ready to be fixed back there. That's the GD00L part 16281. Should be where the rear body posts are. Let's get these out of the bag, see what they look like. Okay, so I got them out. Here's the front piece. It's like an exact fit for that. Exact. So these pieces do look like they're gonna fit. There's the back one, right back there. Fits right into them slots. Guess I gotta get the old pieces out. Then I'll get that installed. Okay, so let's get this out. I gotta pre-loosen that out of there. Don't lose the screw. This one on there. Hopefully they just pop right up. You guys can see, okay, I'm wearing glasses. I can't tell what I'm looking at. The camera glasses. The screws over here. See if I can pop these out of there. Can't find them anywhere. There we go. Popped out. Find that over there. Hope this ain't too close. Popped out. Grab the new piece. Drops right in there. That's awesome. I'll get in there straight. There we go. Looks about right. And my screws. Hope I can find that easily. Difficulties. Oh yeah, going right in there. I could probably adjust the height on it too. I'll do that later if I don't like how the body sits on it. You know what? Do the way you did it last time. It's hard to see in these glasses. There we go. Oh, missed it. Can't see it now. Can't find the hole. I only wish one had kids if I could find the hole. There we go. Took me long enough to think that one up. There we go. Fits. Probably gonna have to raise it up a little bit. Got the body, slap it on there. Oh yeah, she's back up and running. Probably gonna raise it up a little bit, but I'll do that on my own time. Get this, so post fit. Remember that part number 16281 GDOOL RC. Find that on Amazon. And that'll fit your DEERC. And it'll most likely fit. No, it's not gonna fit the buggies, not that part. So these ones use a separate part. But I know the front one will fit this car, just the back one. Gotta find that shock tower for that. But even if I can't find that shock tower, the shock tower on this one will probably fit there since they use the same chassis. So if this ever breaks, I'll just have to get a new shock tower and that part number, and it should fit that car. If that ever breaks, I'll do that in a video too. So I did pop open the manuals too, and if you take a look at this, there's the shock tower right there for the, I think this is the Hyper Go buggy. Yeah, but to notice that thing too, it's got a different chassis. That one's using 1615B for the chassis. That's different chassis. Here's the chassis for the rest of them. It's 16150. There's another chassis, 16150, and up here too, 16150. And that is the that's the JETWOOD buggy. Front shock tower 16170, 16180 for the rear. This is for the Hyper Go, the one with the integrated tower. But you see it's used the 16170 front shock brace. 16170 down here for the DEERC. 16170. 16170. That's for the Hyper Go truck. This is for the JETWOOD buggy. Get this one open again. 16180 rear shock for the buggy. 16170 for the front shock. That's for the Hyper Go buggy. 16180 for the rear. That's for the DEERC. So yeah, I'd say these are definitely the same buggies, just different companies slapping their name on the same car made in the factory somewhere out in China. People come in, they order parts from a manufacturer out there, and they slap their name on it, and that's what it looks like was done with these cars. Like maybe MJX is the main one, but these other companies are slapping their name on it too. It's the same car, minor differences, that's it. But I hope this video helped you out, and like if you're having trouble with parts, and open your eyes a little bit of where to really look for them. If you can't find like an MJX part or DEERC, just look up other names. And there is a few other cars too, like a company called Bezgar too, appears to be same cars as these ones. I haven't picked it up yet, but I may pick that one up too, just to take a look at it, see if it's the same thing. But it does look the same. That car may be coming to this channel soon. But thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.